Dolls are often something that we associate with children, something for them to play with and pass the time. But sometimes the dolls play back. Here are 10 real-life haunted dolls you don't want to play with. Number 10 is Mandy. Made in Germany between 1910 and 1920, Mandy is an antique doll that resembles a baby with old clothing, a torn body, and a cracked head. Now, she would be just another creepy looking children's toy if she didn't throw temper tantrums all by herself. After her owner started experiencing strange occurrences, such as the sound of a baby crying coming from an empty basement, Mandy was given to the Quesnel Museum in Quesnel, British Columbia, Canada. Soon after receiving her in 1991, the museum's staff began experiencing strange events on their own. They found that when Mandy was left overnight in a room, they would find the room a mess the next day, with papers and other loose items strewn about. She was apparently responsible for stealing staff lunches and hiding them and other mischievous things, and could never be left alone with another doll or she'd tear it apart. Just one of many reasons you wouldn't want to be alone with Mandy. Number 9 is OKIKU. Almost 100 years ago in 1918, 17-year-old Ikichi Suzuki was walking along Tanuki Koji, a famous shopping street in Sapporo, Japan, when he spotted the perfect souvenir gift for his 2-year-old sister, OKIKU. That gift was a 40-centimeter tall kimono-wearing Japanese doll with short cropped hair that resembled the young girl. OKIKU loved the doll, playing with it every day, and even took it with her everywhere she went. But sadly, she didn't have long to play with it and passed away due to illness less than a year later. The Suzuki family prayed to the doll in an effort to remember OKIKU, even giving the doll the girl's name. However, it wasn't long before they realized something was odd. Over time, the short black hair the figure originally had grown all the way to the doll's knees. It was revealed that, though not malicious, the spirit of the young girl somehow possessed the doll, and still does today. The ever-growing hair has even been tested and confirmed by scientists to be real human hair. Number 8 is The Hands Resist Him. You'd think this doll would be rather difficult to play with, considering it's seemingly just a painting of one. However, according to witness accounts and legends surrounding it, that 2D doll could be playing with you. Painted in 1972 by artist Bill Stoneham, The Hands Resist Him shows 2 figures standing in front of a glass door, a young boy and an almost life-size doll. Behind them, on the other side of the glass, several hands appear to be waving, knocking or tapping on the pane. Though Stoneham explained that this was based on a more positive memory, with the glass being the barrier between waking and dreaming, those who have owned it have another theory. Some owners have seen the figures in different positions, even finding the painting empty while they felt a presence in the room watching them. There have even been claims that the doll often holds a gun and forces the boy from the painting so he can scare the living. Number 7 is Joliet. Currently owned by a woman simply known as Anna G, this sinister doll is not just haunted, but cursed. Originally given as a baby gift to Anna's great-grandmother by a family friend, Joliet contains the souls of not 1, but 4 infant boys. As the story goes, each female in the family line gave birth to 2 children, a boy and a girl, but the boy dies after only 3 days, his soul absorbed by the evil doll. At night, the doll cries out as if it's a baby itself, emulating all of the souls within it and terrifying those who see it. Truly a horrible curse on the family, this doll has been passed down from mother to daughter for 4 generations with no end in sight. When asked why they don't simply rid themselves of Joliet, their reasoning is truly sad. Each mother appears certain that if anything bad should happen to the 100-year-old doll, their dead son's soul will be damaged as well. Thus, this twisted doll will continue to take young lives in infamy forever. Number 6 is the zombie voodoo doll. Officially known as the Galveston, Texas zombie doll, this haunted voodoo doll has been known to actually physically attack its owners. In October of 2004, an unidentified woman from Galveston, Texas, purchased this grotesque doll from its previous owner in New Orleans. The handcrafted figure arrived in a metal box which was referred to as a coffin. Thinking nothing of the confinement, the woman took it out and put it on display, only to have the zombie doll attack her at night. After sealing it back in the box, the ghost in the doll continued to attack her in her nightmares, so she tried to destroy it, only to find that it wouldn't burn, and cutting into it literally broke her scissors. Finally, after selling the doll on eBay, she was alarmed when the buyer informed her the shipping box was empty. She found the doll the next day covered in dirt laying on her front porch. Number 5 is SARITA. While some dolls appear evil simply by their expressions and age, others can apparently look like a cute, charming children's toy, while actually possessing the malicious spirit of something far less adorable. Such is the case of SARITA, a blue-eyed, blonde-haired doll that was given to Yvonne Nunez of El Callao, Peru, and her family by Yvonne's late niece in 2010. While the doll seems cute and harmless, it's earned itself the title of the Peruvian Annabelle by those who have witnessed the paranormal events surrounding it. The entire family has seen strange lights and heard bizarre noises in the home ever since SARITA arrived, and they often find the doll in different places from where they left her. The toy is most certainly malicious, as Yvonne has found scratches on her children after they've slept in the same room SARITA was in. The children also claim that the doll watches them sleep and will even chant or knock on walls to wake them on occasion. Number 4 is LEDDA. Kerry Warren was in his early 20s when he reluctantly returned to his hometown of Wagga Wagga in New South Wales, Australia in the early 1970s. Collecting his courage, Warren visited the abandoned haunted house that he grew up near, but instead of ghosts, he found something else: LEDDA. This haunted, sinister-looking marionette doll is an Eastern European puppet and has been dated by a museum to be around 250 years old, and is said to contain the spirit of a 6-year-old boy who drowned in the late 1700s. Multiple people have reported breaking down into crying hysterics or screamed uncontrollably when LEDDA was close by, even when he's in another room. Once, while on a paranormal show, LEDDA moved all by himself, scaring viewers and sending a cameraman running out of the room. Warren is supernaturally unable to part with the doll, and unfortunately still owns it today. Number 3 is Harold. In 2004, author Anthony Quinata was searching for inspiration for a new book that he was writing when he came across an ad online for Harold, a creepy doll from the 1930s whose owner claimed it was haunted. After purchasing the toy, Anthony was alarmed to find that Harold wasn't just haunted, he was cursed and possessed by a powerful demon. The doll began making people who saw it sick, even through the internet, as people who simply laid eyes on some of the photos Anthony posted reported having severe headaches or becoming incredibly dizzy and confused. Some even woke up after having nightmares only to feel Harold's presence in their room watching them. Psychics were ultimately called in and claimed multiple spirits were attached to the doll, one of them being a man named Harold, from whom the toy got its name. Another, a woman who was mentally unstable, and a demon who announced he'd danced with the devil. Number 2 is Robert the Doll. Given to painter and author Robert Eugene Jean Otto in 1906 when he was only 6 years old, this terrifying toy already looks creepy enough, but apparently sounds even creepier. That's right, according to Jean's parents, the young boy would often be heard whispering and even giggling with someone, when the only ones in the room were him and the doll, Robert. According to Gene's parents, the young boy would often be heard whispering and giggling with someone, when the only ones in the room were him and the doll, Robert. Even after they locked the toy in the attic, things in the house would be broken, only to have a trembling Gene claim Robert did it. When the family was at church or otherwise not home, neighbors would often see a small figure moving inside and peeking through the windows. Like many of the dark and twisted toys that have haunted their owners in the past, Robert can be seen at a museum, but if you visit, be warned that this doll doesn't like having its picture taken without its permission. Seriously. And number 1 is Annabelle. Released on October 3rd, 2014, Annabelle is a sequel in the Conjuring horror film series, and although the movie is a work of fiction, it may surprise you to learn that the toy is actually based on a real doll that tormented a pair of nursing students in 1970. Purchased by one of the girls' mothers from a thrift store, Annabelle was actually a Raggedy Ann doll and potentially the worst gift the young woman ever received. Almost immediately after it entered their home, both the woman and her roommate began finding the doll in bizarre places, though neither of them ever moved it. It even attacked a male friend of theirs, scratching him viciously. The pair brought in paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who discovered the doll had been taken over by a demon bent on stealing the owner's soul. The girls gave Annabelle to the Warrens, who locked her in a box, and you can visit her at the museum today if you have the guts. But that's all for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. On the right, you'll find 2 of my most recent videos that you can press or click on your screen right now if you'd like to watch some more. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Sweet dreams.